So I feel like every time I need to stop saying I feel like, but I was gonna do a video about my bookish pet peeves, and I noticed that I only have 3, so I don't think that's a good video. But I saw a video earlier today about the fact that there is a fall into fantasy book tag, and why is my dog barking? Give me a minute, let me get her inside. So basically, I figured that I would do the fall into fantasy readathon, and now I will be doing my TBR, which you clearly know because you read the title of this video. But I will make a disclaimer here. I don't do readathons completely, and by this I mean that there are challenges and I will only do 4 or at 5 because one of the books counts as 2. I bend the rules to my convenience. So yeah, let's get started. The first challenge is a new book in a series, and I will bend this to say a first in a series. So I am reading right now Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare, and it's amazing. I am about halfway through this, so hopefully by tomorrow or by Monday I can finish this. So yeah, I can't describe what this book is about because I feel like you do need to read the previous books. I'm not sure, but basically this follows or this just series in general is about, if you don't know, is about just this group of people called shadow hunters, and they are part angels, and they just hunt down the demons of the world. So yeah, they're warriors, and I don't know what else to say. So of course there are threats, and yeah, that's basically the story. So this book follows Emma, and this book takes place in Los Angeles. So the previous books take place, one of the Mortal Instruments takes place in New York, and the Infernal Devices takes place in London. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's good, and it's a first in a series, so I'm reading it for the readathon. Wait, does this count as fantasy? Yeah, it does. It's urban fantasy. What the fuck? The second challenge is to read a book that has been on your TBR for way too long. And for me, this book is Stealing Snow by Danielle Page. This book has been just collecting dust, and honestly, it's not that long. How much is it? 371 pages, which for a fantasy book is not that long. I believe this book follows the story of, or is a retelling or something like that, of the Snow Queen. I'm not sure. Yeah, this is the epic story of Snow's rise to villain, queen, and ultimate once upon a time heroine. Yes. I haven't read anything by Danielle Page, but I know that people rave about the Dorothy Must Die series. I'm sorry for mispronouncing it. So yeah, I'm excited to read this and finally get it off my TBR. The next challenge is a LGBTQ fantasy read, and for that I am choosing an audiobook, and that is Girls of Paper and Fire. Yeah, Girls of Paper and Fire. I was checking the title. That book sounds amazing, and I am really excited to read it, or at least listen to it on audiobooks. So I just know that it has also Asian representation. I don't know much else about it, but I think that I heard that it was this girl who was betrothed to the emperor or something like that. I'm not sure if this is correct, but she falls in love with one of the handmaidens. Hooked. So I'm going to read that pretty soon, or just when I'm driving and doing stuff around the house. So yeah. And the other 2 challenges, which for me just count as one book, is a book with multiple POVs and a sequel to a fantasy series. So for that, I picked A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. This is the second book. This is the sequel to When Ember in the Ashes, and I believe this has 3 points of views. So yeah, it counts. Yeah, I'm excited to read this. I have heard mixed reviews though, so I didn't love An Ember in the Ashes. I only really got hooked into it for the last the last part, or the last half. So yeah, this was part of my November TBR, so hopefully I can get to it this week. And yeah. Oh, if you didn't know, An Ember in the Ashes is a story about a girl. Her brother is kidnapped and she joins the rebellion to try to save him. But the rebellion, this is the beginning, so don't think that I'm spoiling you. But the rebellion, in order for them to help her, they asked in return for her to spy on I believe the commander of, I don't know, so I forgot the term, but it's really good. Read it, and yeah, it counts for 2 challenges. So okay, so that is basically my TBR. Hopefully I will be able to read these 4 books this week. By the way, I think that the readathon is from the it starts tomorrow, but I'm not sure when it ends. So I will let you know, and I will put it right here, the dates, and link below the page of the Fall into Fantasy Readathon. So yeah, go ahead and join me and tell me, what do you guys think about the books that I chose, and if you have read them, and what do you think about them. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys with the next video. Bye.